Okay, Tiffany, what we did get, okay, I'm going to run it all down. Um, Wish, when she pulled up over here, she saw a man in overalls. So she picked up on a ghost. She didn't even know where your house was. But she goes, at this house, I see a guy in overalls. So that was like, okay, well, there's something. When I went back there, I got a dog yelping, but there was no dogs in the backyard at the time when I got the EVP. And I got a little yelp. That's the only EVP I got. They got some orb activity, and it seems like some of the orbs are moving intelligently. So she's going to post them up on Facebook on my timeline, so Tiffany, you can see it. I definitely believe, because of the history of this house, it's been around for a while, that there's definitely something here. But also, too, what probably keeps them at bay are the dogs. The dogs, probably keeps the spirits away, and that's why it's really hard to get any evidence. But I really feel that you do probably have something here. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
So, if the dogs are sleeping at night, you used to get most of the attractions at night. Is that the truth? Are the dogs mainly resting at that time?
Yeah.
Because I think they'd be a little intrusive, and there's kind of a rumor that says that animals may actually see spirits.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, they are. Except nobody really seems too bothered by it. But the thing is, like I've said before, brought up that we thought, his great grandpa or grandfather, and say old man, in overalls, and that's all he wore, overalls. So that's.
But you're not feeling it. There's no evil.
No, not evil at all. No, I don't feel any kind of.
Is there any mischief kind of stuff? Or no, just what you see? I mean, what you experience?
Not any mischievous things might move that.
So I saw it before you guys got here. A shelf in my room, I have my grandma Dorothy's ashes on, and like I said, it's behind my TV. Nobody really messes with it, and that's the first thing that happened is a piece of paper or something. I don't remember what it was. It was something heavy enough that it flew off and landed right on my bed, which it was like. Again, I wasn't scared, but it just kind of threw me off a little bit. And then later on that day, Larry's mother was walking down the hallway, and something from the top of the armoire did the same thing to her and fell down right in front of her. And then I started recording. I work an overnight shift, so I knew everybody was sleeping in bed, and we have the security camera right there to keep an eye on the girls. And I started recording from my phone onto that, and that's when I started, catching.
Seeing some movements.
An orb came and stopped right at the camera for a good 10 seconds, and it was almost staring back at me, and then it went. So I picked up my phone and started recording off my iPad, and I seen a shadow go through the light, and then you can see an orb come down here, go up, and then out the back.
I don't think it could be headlights or anything, so it's in a weird position for that.
I was talking to his cousin. They lived in this house prior to us for 20 years.
Oh.
Grew up in this house, and they had that in, turned into somewhat of a bedroom type thing. And his cousin, I was talking to her. She was telling me all the stuff that nobody was believing her before I even, brought it up to her, and I was like, okay, that's weird. She said it's more in there. She would feel somebody touch her feet. She would see stuff. She, just faces, just, an uneasy feeling. Like I said, she grew up in this house, so.
Frequent?
It's been 5 years will be August since they moved back into this house. They kind of switched houses when Dory's mom passed away. So she owned both houses, and they were living in that. Yeah, that's a whole another story. But yeah, they owned both houses, and then they ended up switching. So we got this one, and they moved to the other one.
How often do you feel contact?
in a while. I mean,
It's not like once a week, every night.
it's not every night, no. I would say maybe just every few weeks or so, just something,
Alright,
you
yeah.
know, real, like, noticeable happens. But again, I don't feel at all scared, or I've been around paranormal stuff pretty much, you know, my whole life. I'm a strong believer. I know when stuff's around me. I know, you know, I've just experienced a lot of stuff.
Do they
You
ever
better
face,
knock it off.
do they ever face a direction and pay attention to something you don't see?
The cat acts out weird more. The cat will do more weird stuff and acts like she owns the house. She, you know, pushes it. Alright, come on.
They're sure cute.
They get too riled up and
Boy,
she
they
wants
just
to
love
come on,
to play.
let's go party. Let's go party. Party. Party, party, party. Go party. Outside. Blue. Come on, Blue.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to
Oh, no, no,
I
that's
think
all
it's
right.
better that I didn't get the full story first. So I'm kind of asking now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and also to Tiffany, Matt and Michelle, they've picked up possibly on some EVPs. So she'll probably listen to them later on tonight and post them up on Facebook so you can listen to them. And what did they say, Michelle, on the EVPs? I'm here.
I'm here. Yeah.
Was it a female voice?
Female voice.
Female voice. Okay.
Now I heard it once, listening real close, but I didn't hear it the second time you did it. But it was down the hallway. It might have been on the wrong side of the speaker.
I heard it twice. When I played it back twice outside, and then in here I didn't really catch it. But out there I was, had it right next to my ear, and I was really listening more.
Yeah, and I was telling on YouTube.
And then Matt got some EMF readings or something. Did you? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Where were they?
That starts beating
The
my
tree
mind.
stuff that's outside, they just cut that down too, so I don't know, if that tree's been here as long as the house. It was a big pine, and it was messing with the street, and the county came and
Is that why that new paving's out there and everything?
they made us cut it down. A lot of this furniture is antique furniture, especially in the garage too. And there's an antique chest underneath that thing. I actually just noticed I was cleaning out some toys and stuff, and there's an antique chest just like right.
Did that belong to somebody who's passed? That you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. His grandmother loved antiques, and they've had a lot.
And a lot of times antiques can have attachments to it. Yeah. So. Yeah. In 1974 Chicago, this lady, she had actually bought a grandfather's clock from an antique store, brought it back to her house, and all kinds of things were happening. Cabinets were opening. She heard footsteps, knockings on the walls. So when she got rid of the grandfather's clock, brought it back to the antique shop, the haunting stopped.
What's the significance of that grandfather clock, Miss?
He would know more, babe.
That's from the 40s or 50s.
You know any significance behind this grandfather clock?
Which one?
The
The
one
smaller
right here.
one right here?
Did you know the kids busted that not too
My,
long ago? They busted the glass on it and knocked
My
it over.
grandma had it.
He would know more about
Was that Grandma Gordon, sir?
No, that was my Grandma Albert. Grandma Gordon's daughter.
Grandma Albert. Grandma Albert. Grandma Albert. And yours, Grandma Ortiz? What's your grandma's